Well, good afternoon, and a happy new year to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all over the world. Welcome to the first Pro Wrestling Talk video of 2026, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the the Tube. I'm your host, as usual, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. And once again, a happy new year. 2026 has arrived, and I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm very excited. 2025 was an awesome year for me. I hope the year 2025 was awesome for y'all. But it's time to take it up a notch, because 2026 is here. Okay, for today's video, got a handful of things I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about a recent announcement that was made for an upcoming produce show later this year. Going to go over the Marigold year-end awards that were announced from the Marigold New Year's show. I'm going to talk a little bit about Yuki Miyazaki. She just had her retirement match. I'm also going to review two big shows. First, Ice Ribbon's Ribbonmania 2025. That's usually their big end of the year show. And we'll finish off going over Pro Wrestling Noah's Noah the New Year 2026, which I just finished watching not too long ago. So, got quite a lot to cover, but let's dive right on in. So, a certain wrestler will be hosting a produce show later this year. She recently made the announcement live on her Instagram. Let's check it out. That's right. Lady Godzilla, Lady Destroyer herself, Hiroyo Matsumoto, announced on her recent Instagram live stream that she will be hosting her 20th anniversary show, which will be called Hiroyo 20.0, and it will happen on July 17th of this year at Shinjuku Face, which is where she made her pro wrestling debut. And this will be her first self-produced show in 10 years. So she's done one before, but it's been 10 years. But, you know, Hiroyo not too long ago turned 40 years old, and yeah, it's a little bit after June, I believe, was when she actually will hit the 20-year mark. But this is her celebration anniversary show. But yeah, 20 years as a pro wrestler, and yeah, I think it's very appropriate for her. And yeah, she's gonna run this where she had her in-ring debut, which was Shinjuku Face. So, I do hope it does get live streamed. I really do. Because I would love to check it out and support. Because, you know, I'm a big fan of Hiroyo Matsumoto. I've met her twice. Once in North Carolina and once in Japan at Minoru Suzuki's pile driver shop in Harajuku. She works there sometimes, so I was able to catch her when I visited there. So definitely a big supporter of Hiroyo Matsumoto. Of course, right now she's still the current seedling Beyond the Sea singles champion. And she's one half of the Oz Academy Tag Team Champions with Zonas. So, yeah. Still having a great career. Can still go strong. But, yeah. I do hope that this will be live streamed, because I will definitely love to support it and order it and watch it and review it. So, shout out to Hiroyo Matsumoto. I was kind of nervous at first because I thought she was going to announce retirement because, I mean, you know, she's been in the business a long time. She just hit 40, so. But thankfully, that's not the case. So, looking forward to the Hiroyo 20.0 20th anniversary show celebrating Hiroyo Matsumoto. Looking forward to it. I hope they do live stream it. Okay. Next up, want to talk about Marigold. So Marigold recently did their New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day show. And they did the 2025 Marigold Awards. And of course they did the rookie tournament as well, which congratulations to Sarah Yamaoka on winning the rookie tournament. She ended up defeating Shino in the finals. Of course, the same partner she won the second annual Twin Star Cup with. But, so, the awards. The Shine Award goes to Sarah Yamaoka. Like I said, Sarah Yamaoka debuted at last year's Marigold First Dream, which I was there for that. She had her debut match against Miran. And I have to say, Sarah Yamaoka has had an incredible year. She's been a Twin Star Tag Team Champion with Nanae Takahashi. She, won the Twin Star Cup with Shino. And, had quite a great showing in the Dreamstar Grand Prix. And, she's just getting better and better. She's just getting better and better. She beat Mayu Iwatani, for crying out loud. So that says something in itself. The fact that she was able to do that. So but yeah, she has had an incredible year, and this is definitely somebody to watch out for 2026. I mean, if you think she had a great year in 2025, what she did, I'm looking forward to seeing how she does in 2026, because like I said, the sky's the limit. She's only 19 years old. The sky's the limit. And like I said, she just capped off 2025 winning the Marigold Rookie of the Year tournament. She beat Yuka Yamazaki in the first round and then beat Shino in the finals. Like I said, small tournament. But, yeah. And also, congratulations to Miku Ano on winning the Marigold Rumble. We know last year it was won by Bozilla, but this time it was won by Miku Ano. Okay, continuing with the awards. The Best Technique Award went to Mai Sakurai. Interesting choice. It makes me wonder if that's for the STF she likes to do or whatnot. But, Mai Sakurai, definitely somebody that's had an incredible year. I mean, she was the second ever Marigold United National Champion, dethroning Miku Ano, who she's going to be facing once again for the Marigold World Championship at First Dream, coming up in just 2 days. So, Mai Sakurai has really had an incredible run since coming to Marigold. So another one to keep an eye out for 2026. Many say that she could be a prime candidate to win the Dream Star this year. I'm just saying. The Fighting Spirit Award goes to the Red Queen Utami Hayashishita, the cool and royal Red Queen. Of course, Utami didn't have the best Marigold World Championship reign. It definitely could have been a lot better. But I think if anything, Utami is still a threat. She's still up there. Still very young, still has a lot in front of her. She's in her prime, if you ask me, and just I feel like she's only going to continue to do great things. It just really makes me wonder what direction they're going to go with Utami in 2026, because you have to think she won the second ever Dreamstar Grand Prix. She's won, or not the second, the first. I'm sorry, Miku Ano won the second. She's won the first ever Dreamstar Grand Prix, and she's the second ever Marigold World Champion. So I mean, Utami has already made some loud noise in Marigold, which is still a very young promotion. So honestly, it really just depends on what they want to do. I mean, do they keep her in the red belt picture? Do they consider maybe her going after the white belt? I don't know. I'm very curious to see what direction they go with Utami for this year, 2026. The Outstanding Performance Award goes to Victoria Yuzuki. Victoria Yuzuki, the current Marigold United National Champion. Victoria Yuzuki has really been proving a strong point that she could be the ace of Marigold. Maybe not now, maybe not immediately, but she definitely deserves to be in the discussion. Period. Came really close. And like I said, came really close in the Dreamstar Grand Prix. And honestly, I was there at First Dream 2025 when she dethroned Natsumi Shozuki to become the Superfly champ. And, seeing her win the United National Championship, dethroning Mai Sakurai, especially, hitting the victory shooting from the turnbuckle. Amazing. But I just really... Victoria Yuzuki, give it time. Give it time. I think she could definitely be a candidate to win the Dreamstar Grand Prix. And eventually the Marigold World Championship. And to be honest with y'all, don't be surprised if she is the one that dethrones Mayu Iwatani for the Marigold World Championship. Because after all, Victoria Yuzuki still has yet to beat Mayu one-on-one. That might be the time they pull the trigger. I'm just saying. That might be the time they finally pull that trigger. Because I think it would be awesome when Victoria Yuzuki wins the title. I think she should take the title off of Mayu. I really do. I do. But we'll see. But yeah, Outstanding Performance goes to Victoria Yuzuki. The Best Tag Team Award goes to the current Marigold Twin Star Champions from the Darkness Revolution, the Dark Wolf Chiaki, Psycho Speed, Misao Matsui. Honestly, pretty easy choice. And like I said, Chiaki right now is in her second reign as Twin Star Champion. Misao Matsui, she's in her first reign, and you have to remember, this was Misao Matsui's first ever championship of her career. Because remember, she never won a title in Actress Girls. So, and this year definitely saw a lot of improvement for Misao Matsui, especially with the performance that she put up in the Dreamstar Grand Prix. So, definitely a solid tag team. Darkness Revolution has been a great stable. But I got a feeling we're going to see a new stable at some point this year. So, we'll see what happens. The best match award went to Mayu Iwatani versus Io Sky at Grand Destiny. Understandable. It was a great match for sure. I still think it wasn't as awesome as it could have been. It wasn't quite at maximum level as it could have been, but I can still understand why this won the award. But I would not say that this was Mayu and Io's best match against each other. I don't think this was their best match against each other, but I can understand them picking this as best match of the year. And then the MVP award goes to somebody well deserved, well earned, and that is the Marigold world champion herself, Miku Ano, winning the MVP of 2025. Has had an incredible year. I know it started off rough because, she lost the United National Championship to Mai Sakurai. But bounced back, ended up winning the Dreamstar Grand Prix. Dethroned Utami Hayashishita to become the Marigold World Champion. And yeah, Miku Ano, incredible year. Incredible year for her. So, like I said, very deserving. But yeah, one last rundown. The Shine Award, Sarayama Oka. Best Technique, Mai Sakurai. Fighting Spirit, Utami Hayashishita. Outstanding Performance, Victoria Yuzuki. Best Tag Team, Chiaki and Misa Matsui. Best Match, Mayu Iwatani versus Io Sky from Grand Destiny. MVP, Miku Ano. Congratulations to all of those ladies. And great year for Marigold. They hit their 1-year anniversary. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do in year 2. Should be awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Yuki Miyazaki. Now, Pro Wrestling Wave usually has their big New Year show at Korakuen Hall, which was deemed Wave Yuki Miyazaki retirement, the end of Rampage. So, Yuki Miyazaki was quite busy on this show. She had 2 matches. Had a hardcore match and she was in the main event. Now, Yuki Miyazaki had announced that she was going to be retiring about, I want to say it was the middle of last year. She gave a pretty decent size heads up, if I remember correctly. But Yuki Miyazaki had her retirement match. But yeah, finished off a 30-year career. 30 years as a pro wrestler. Congratulations to Yuki Miyazaki. She's had quite a resume as well. Her final resume. Ooh. Her final resume. Let's see. She was an AJW Tag Team Champion. A 16-time DDT Ironman Heavy Metalweight Champion. She was a 1-time International Ribbon Tag Team Champion. A JWP Korakuen Tag Team Champion. A 6-time Neo Itabashi Tag Team Champion. A 4-time Neo Kitazawa Tag Team Champion. A 2-time Neo Tag Team Champion. A former Regina de Wave Champion. A 5-time Wave Tag Team Champion, and a 2-time World Woman Pro Wrestling Diana Queen Elizabeth Champion. Wow. That's quite a career. That is quite a career. But yeah. And a lot of her tag team championships were with Tanny Mouse. Tanny Mouse, who is part of the Hot Shushu promotion, which she retired back in 2010. So I think she just helps. I'm guessing she runs that promotion or whatnot. I don't know, or maybe as a trainer. I don't know, but yeah. But so Yuki Miyazaki is officially retired. Not too long ago, you retired, and we know that in about a week and a half is when Risa Sarah will retire. But like I said, 30 years as a pro wrestler, that's a long time. And, she definitely did a lot. And, I mean, you did a lot as well. She wasn't in the business as long as Yuki. I mean, only 9 years, but still. 9 years is still a lot. It adds up. It adds up. And, you had a good size resume as well. But yeah. So, dang. Feel like we're losing more folks. And it's going to be really weird seeing Big Hosh without you around. And it's going to be a little different in Pro Wrestling Wave without Yuki Miyazaki around. It's going to be a little different. But, I wish them well. Wish them the best. And, whatever they decide to do, I hope they enjoy their retirement. I really do. I hope they enjoy their retirement. Okay. Now let's actually get into some reviews. First up, we have Ice Ribbon's Ribbonmania 2025. Ribbonmania is pretty much Ice Ribbon's biggest show of the year. And they usually do it on New Year's Eve. And that's where this one was. This was December 31st at Korakuen Hall. This one had an attendance of 699. So a little bit less than Ribbonmania 2024, the one that I attended. It had over 700. So this one was just a little bit less, but still had a good turnout, considering, Ice Ribbon, hasn't really had a lot of attendance in, a lot of their shows throughout the year, especially the dojo shows. So, but Ribbonmania is usually where they have the best cards throughout the year. So, let's go ahead and jump into the review for this. There was a change, though. There was a change, and I'll get into it in a moment. But let's go ahead and let's dive into the review. All right. Let's start with our first match. All right, first match. You had the team of Hiiro and Miran taking on the team of Miku, Kanae, and Riko. Overall, Pretty solid opening match. Just a little under 10 minutes. It was 9 minutes 49 seconds. But, it was a pretty decent match. Miran and Miku Kanae were the two, pretty much the two veterans of this match, compared to just everybody in this match. Overall, it was pretty cool. I have to say, I love the finish. Miran hitting a lion salt on Riko, covering her for the 1-2-3. Miran, Hiiro pick up the victory in the opening match, but that was a beautiful lion salt from Miran. I mean, very well executed. I love that finish. That was an awesome finish. All right. This next match, this was a fun match. I really enjoyed the mess out of this next match. Check this one out. All right, we had another tag team match, but this one was featuring the big girls, as the team of Big DEKAI, made up of Totoro, Satsuki, and Yuna Manase, took on the team of Mizuki Kato from Diana and Big Haruka from Just Tap Out. This was a very enjoyable match. I mean, four big ladies just really going at it, showcasing their power, even showcasing their speed as well, their agility. I mean, of course, Yuna Manase, Totoro, Satsuki, the veterans, the well-known veterans in this match. But this match was very fun. This was a back-and-forth match. Was just a little bit under 10 minutes, but this match really delivered. And, Totoro and Yuna Manase were at Ribbonmania in 2024, so it was really good seeing them, and I actually met them both at Ribbonmania 2024. But yeah, this was a very fun match. Definitely went back and forth, but it would be Totoro Satsuki that would pick up the victory. She nailed Mizuki Kato with a running lariat, then pinned her for the 1-2-3. Big DEKAI, your winners. But yeah, that was an awesome tag match. Okay, now we're going to get into our first championship match of the card. Here we go. Alrighty, we had the Triangle Ribbon Championship on the line, as the champion, Makoto, defended against Kaori Yoneyama and Masahiro. Okay, for this one, this match wasn't long. Just under 6.5 minutes. It was more so a comedy match, especially considering how it wasn't very action-packed. Not only that, but it looked like there was a lot of just Masahiro and Kaori Yoneyama just ganging up on Makoto. But I mean, the match was okay. Just it was too short. But Kaori Yoneyama decided to show her true colors, even though she had been, working with Masahiro throughout this whole match. She decided to finally take advantage of an opening, knock off Makoto from the apron, and then roll up Masahiro with an O'Connor roll. 1, 2, 3. And Kaori Yoneyama is now a 3-time Triangle Ribbon champion. So yeah, right then and there. First title change of the card. And I'll go ahead and let y'all know just, I guess a little spoiler or whatnot. I'll let y'all know. Speaking of Miran, it was at the recent Gokiken Pro Wrestling show that actually Miran became the new Triangle Ribbon Champion. That's right. So actually, as of now, Miran is the Triangle Ribbon Champion. But Kaori Yoneyama won it at Ribbonmania 2025. So just to break that down. All right, let's go to this next match. A match that I definitely enjoyed for obvious reasons. Here we go. Next up, Trios action. As we had the team of Arisa Shinose, Misa Kagura, and Sumika Yanagawa. And they went up against Team Bad Butts. Of course, Bad Butts made up of Yappy, Anncham, and Crea. Oh, man. Oh, this match was exciting. This match was very exciting. It went 11 minutes, 35 seconds. And I have to say, it was very action-packed. Of course, the Bad Butts sign came into play, and, Bad Butts doing the heel shenanigans, and, they definitely played that up. But yeah, very action-packed. I love the, just the synergy, though, from Arisa, Misa, and Sumika. Definitely worked well as a trio. Very formidable against Bad Butts. But yeah, this was a very entertaining match. Action-packed. Plenty of shenanigans from Bad Butts. A lot of near falls as well. But in a very shocking finish, Arisa Shinose hits Yappy with a Shining Wizard and then pins her for the 1-2-3. Yeah, I kind of call that an upset. But yeah, Arisa pinned Yappy. And Arisa Shinose, Misa Kagura, and Sumika Yanagawa are your winners. They defeat Bad Butts. I did not expect Arisa to get the victory for her team. Wow, that was a nice surprise. That was a nice surprise. I did not expect her to get the victory for her team. That was very impressive. I was like, what? So, but nah, that's cool. That's great. That's awesome. But yeah, definitely enjoyed the match. Alrighty, let's go to our next match. This next match was actually one of my favorites of the card. Alright, this was our second title match. This was for the Fantastice Championship. The champion, Akane Fujita, defending once more against challenger, Tsukina Umino. Excuse me. Solid match. Of course, these two have faced each other before. I think this was their Tsukina Umino's third attempt at this, if I remember correctly. But she definitely made it count. Match lasted 14 and a half minutes, and it really came down to the wire. I mean, it was back and forth, and it just seemed like every move afterwards, Tsukina took it up a notch. Got some near falls, but just... she stayed at it. She stayed at it, and it took a diving single leg drop kick right to the cheek to Akane Fujita. Pinned her 1-2-3. And ladies and gentlemen, Tsukina Umino is your new, she finally did it, is your new Fantastice champion. Congratulations to her. This was her first championship. Her first ever championship. I'm very curious to see what kind of reign she has. But yeah, this is her first career championship. So congratulations to Tsukina Umino. Another person I got a chance to see at Ribbonmania 2024. So yeah, awesome match. One of my favorites on the card. All right, now let's go to our next match. This next match had a good dose of action and comedy. All right, we had a special tag team match. This was the semi-main event, or the semi-final. You had the team of the lovely butchers made up of Mochi Natsumi and Hamuko Hoshi, and they took on Azure Revolution of Risa Sera and Maya Yuki. This was actually a pretty big deal because this was officially, I believe this was officially Risa Sera's final match in Ice Ribbon, in an Ice Ribbon ring. So, pretty big deal. This was a very enjoyable match. Lasted 14 minutes, 22 seconds. And was action-packed. And it had a great dose of comedy, especially from the lovely butchers. They were definitely... when they did the double sandwich in the corner on Risa Sera, that was so funny. But yeah, this was a very entertaining tag match. And it definitely nonstop action with a good dose of comedy. Very enjoyable. What a way for Risa Sera to have her final match in an Ice Ribbon ring, which Risa Sera has had quite a career in Ice Ribbon, So, but speaking of Risa Sera, she got the pin on Hamuko Hoshi after hitting the air raid crash that she likes to do. Pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. Azure Revolution, your winners. And I love the presentation afterwards. They got Risa Sera a bouquet of flowers. They got, a handful of the wrestlers in to, do a picture and a pose with her. Because like I said, it was her last match in an Ice Ribbon ring. So I can understand why they did that. But great match. Great match. Okay. Next was your main event. But something that I do want to show. So, alright, so for the main event. Now, first off, we were originally supposed to get this match. The returning Yuka versus Kirari Wakana. And the main event was supposed to be for the Ice Cross Infinity Championship, the champion Manami Katsu defending against Kaho Matsushita. But, unfortunately, due to Manami Katsu having an illness and not being cleared to compete, she ended up vacating the Ice Cross Infinity Championship. So it was a bummer, but she was pulled from the card due to apparently a high fever. But yeah, it's a bummer because she held that title for 352 days. And she was on a roll. But this was what they ended up doing. So the main event ended up being a 3-way dogfight rules match for the vacant Ice Cross Infinity Championship. So it ended up being Kaho Matsushita versus Kirari Wakana versus the returning Yuka. And with this being dogfight rules, the stipulation is the first competitor to win twice becomes champion. That's how it works. So, let me run down how things went. The match itself lasted 25 and a half minutes. And the way this started off, so it started off first, Kirari Wakana versus Yuka. Which that was good. That was really solid. That lasted almost 12 minutes. And that was a good back and forth match. And like I said, this was Yuka's return in pretty much a decade. So, Yuka really looked honestly like she didn't miss a beat. She didn't look rusty at all, if you ask me. She did not look rusty at all. But yeah, that was a great back and forth match. And Kirari Wakana, what an impressive finish to that part of the match. She pinned Yuka with like a very fancy variation crucifix driver. So she pinned her for the 3. Kirari gets her first win. So what happens next, Yuka goes out of the ring. In comes Kaho Matsushita. Now, of course, Yuka has the advantage. All she has to do is win this match, defeat Kaho, and she wins the title. So Kirari and Kaho Matsushita, that got into the 18 and a half minute mark. But yeah, that was really good. Of course, Kaho came in fresh, but Kirari really held her own in this showdown. But Kaho would end up pinning Kirari after hitting her with a Falcon Arrow. So, Kaho gets 1 win. So, out goes Kirari. Back in comes Yuka. So, Yuka had to win 2 straight in order to win. All Kaho had to do was win this one, and she wins the title. And then that went back and forth. Of course, Yuka was more fresh at the time because she had that break. But like I said, Yuka really put on a great performance. I mean, with this being her, being her match, her returning match, in a decade, she really put on a great performance. But it would be Kaho Matsushita that would reign supreme. And she is the next one to join the group of first. Because after hitting a very, very quick pump handle flip sort of slam, I don't know what you call it, pinning for the 1, 2, 3, winning her first Pro Wrestling Championship of her career, Kaho Matsushita becomes the new Ice Cross Infinity Champion. Congratulations to her. I mean, wow, we got a lot of firsts. I mean, Tsukina Umino winning her first title, Kaho winning her first championship. Like, wow. Just, it's a lot of firsts. A lot of firsts. Just, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it didn't take long for Sarayama Oka to finally become a champion, and, just, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But yeah, her first championship, and it's the top championship of the promotion. So congratulations to Kaho Matsushita. Great main event. Great overall card. The interesting note that I failed to mention. So this match, Risa Sarah at Ribbonmania 2025, this was actually her first appearance in an ice ribbon ring since January of 2022. Wow. So it had been 3 years since Risa Sarah's last appearance in an ice ribbon ring. That's wild. That's wild. But like I said, I can understand why they brought her on for Ribbonmania, especially with her getting ready to retire. So, but overall, I enjoyed Ribbonmania 2025. Would I say it was better than 2024? I mean, I was there live for 2024, so I don't know if it's a fair comparison, to be honest with you. I'm just keeping it real. But shout out to Ice Ribbon putting together another strong Ribbonmania show to close out 2025. I just really hope for the best for Ice Ribbon. Like I said, it's a promotion I still support. I know their numbers aren't great. I know the roster is small, but ever since I really got into Ice Ribbon, I've really enjoyed what I've seen, especially being that I've attended an Ice Ribbon show, which was Ribbonmania 2024, and it was one of the best experiences, especially show and meet and greet. One of the best meet and greet experiences that I had while I was in Japan. So, honestly, Ice Ribbon will have a special place in my heart. So, good stuff, Ice Ribbon. Excuse me. Now, let's get to the main event show. And Noah the New Year 2026 was today at the Nippon Budokan. A beautiful venue, by the way. I was there for Noah the New Year 2025. Attendance was 6,278. Well, let me just get into it. Let me just get into it. Okay, let's go over the matches. Yeah. First match. Here we go. Alrighty. Opened up with a title match. Excuse me. So they opened up with a title match. This was a 3-way for the GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. You had the champions, Los Intocables, which is Los Untouchables. Daga and Daiki Odashima, those are the champs, versus All Rebellion's Alejandro and Kai Fujimura, versus the combo of Ita and Shuji Kondo. Match was pretty action-packed. I think the only thing was it was short. Match was only 7 minutes, 43 seconds. But for the action that was in it, it was pretty solid. It was pretty solid for the action. I really like the synergy with Daga and Daiki Odashima. It's been working. It's really been working. And, it definitely showed in this match. There was a moment of incidental contact, though, from Alejandro to Kai Fujimura that may have ruffled some feathers. But nonetheless, Daiki Odashima pinned Alejandro after a release German suplex. Pinned him for the 1-2-3. Los Intocables, still your GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. But after the match, Kai Fujimura tried to console Alejandro. But yeah, it was Kai Fujimura that accidentally kicked Alejandro. He tried to console him, but Alejandro was pissed. Like, he didn't want to be touched. He didn't want to be around him. So, I don't know if that is going to cause some dissension in All Rebellion, but Alejandro was not happy. He was not happy. It was accidental, but he was not happy. So, all right. Let's go to the next match. Oh, I actually don't have the graphic for this one. I thought I did. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I had the graphic for this one. But the next match was an 8-man. Was an 8-man tag match. You had Team 2000X made up of Masa Kitamiya, Takashi Sugiura, Tadasuke, and Jun Masaoka, taking on the the team of Kazuyuki Fujita, Minoru Suzuki, Shuhei Taniguchi, and Junta Miyawaki. Okay. Who the heck's idea was it to put Kazuyuki Fujita and Minoru Suzuki on the same team? Bad idea. Bad idea. This match was meh. Only lasted 6 minutes 48 seconds, so short. It was shorter than the opening match. Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking putting Kazuyuki Fujita and Minoru Suzuki on the same team. Yeah. This really was meant for Team 2000X to just swallow up whole. And that's definitely what they did. Masa Kitamiya submits Junta Miyawaki with the stranglehold. Got the submission victory for Team 2000X. Yeah. That was pretty much it. There was nothing really crazy special about that match, but Kazuyuki Fujita and Minoru Suzuki seemed like they didn't even want to have anything to do with each other and was just like, nah. But, yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next match. All right, our second championship match of the card, which was for the Progress Atlas Championship. As the champion, Will Cruz defended against Saxon Huxley. Now, of course, not surprised that they had a Progress title and they had a Progress referee for this match. I mean, Noah and Progress do have a working relationship. Match was solid. These two big behemoths going at it, solid. But it was too short. It was a little over 8 minutes long. This should have really been more than 10 or 11 minutes. Because the action was so good. Seeing Will Cruz hit a freaking Spanish fly off the top turnbuckle. I mean, this match was fire. But it was too short. I'm sorry, seeing two heavyweights fly, showcase their agility and power, always a treat for me. But this match was way too freaking short. It was too short. It was way too short. But Saxon Huxley hits an avalanche neck hanging bomb. Excuse me. Hits an avalanche neck hanging bomb on Will Cruz. Pinned him for the 1-2-3. Saxon Huxley is your new Progress Atlas champion. Congratulations to him. But yeah, solid match, but it was too short. All right, let's go to this next match. Which I don't have the graphic for this match. It's okay. But next match, we had another 8-man tag match. We pretty much had Team Noah versus team, and this new stable's been formed, White Raven Squad. So, for White Raven Squad, you had Kenta, Oka Sasaki, Tetsuya Endo, and Hayata, which I assume Kenta's the leader of this stable. And they took on Team Noah's Atsushi Kotoke, Mohamed Yone, Hajime Ohara, and Hiroki. Match was meh. Lasted just under 7 minutes. Just when the multi-man matches are this short, it just they take a hit. They take a hit in rating. They just took a big hit in rating because the match was so short. I don't even think Mohamed Yone even did much in this match. Nor did Oka Sasaki. But yeah, this match was meh. Kenta pins Hiroki after hitting a GTS. White Raven Squad for the win. Yeah, I mean, that's all I really got. Alright, let's go into this next match. Okay, next match. This was for the GHC National Championship, the Battle of Brothers. As the champion, Dragon Bane defended against his big brother, Alpha Wolf. Okay. Match was pretty solid. Lasted a little over 13 minutes. I know it seemed like Dragon Bane was a little hesitant because, I mean, he was going up against his brother. But, you know, Alpha Wolf was pumping him up. It's like, hey, this is for the title. Give it all you got. Let's go. Let's do this. And then they picked it up quite a bit. I like the story they were telling in this match. And it was good. It was definitely going really good. And then, all of a sudden, it took quite a turn. So, Yoshitatsu of Team 2000X shows up, distracts Dragon Bane, and Alpha Wolf hits him with a low blow, and then hits him with the Wolf Driver, pins him for the 1-2-3. Not only is Alpha Wolf your new GHC National Champion, but he has officially joined Team 2000X and ended up removing his mask to show a black Team 2000X mask. Is it me? Or was that just so random? That just felt very random. Just having Alpha Wolf join Team 2000X. I don't know, it feels like lately they've had just folks join and then leave. Join and then leave. I mean, Daga was in the group, Tetsuya Endo was in the group, Omos was in the group. And it was just like, oh, Jack Morris was in the group. like, what are they doing? Shoot. Masaki Tamiya's in the group. Like, what are they doing? Like, I don't know what they're doing. A lot of the stuff they're doing with Team 2000X doesn't make much sense, but whatever. I don't know. It was just, yeah. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next match. Alright, we had a special tag team match. We had the team of Kaito Kiyomiya and Jack Morris taking on the Good Brothers, the Machine Gun Carl Anderson and the Big LG, Doc Gallows. Pretty decent match. Lasted just under 12 minutes. Nothing crazy special. I mean, two teams went back and forth. Like I said, wasn't too bad. But not surprised at the outcome. Carl Anderson gets the pin on Jack Morris after they hit their signature finisher, the Magic Killer. Hit the Magic Killer. 1, 2, 3. Good Brothers, your winners in a Noah ring. I wonder if this is the last time we'll see the Good Brothers in Noah. Something tells me probably not. But match was alright. Okay. Ooh, now it's about to get worse. It's about to get really worse. Oh, here we go. Next match. This was for the GHC Tag Team Championships. The team of Naomichi Marufuji and Keno, which are the champs, ended up defending against Los Tranquilos de Japón, made up of Bushi and... I mean, come on. Who the heck did they think it was going to be? Like, Stuart Fulton and like a bunch of folks really playing this up. I'm like, y'all know it's Tetsuya Naito. Why do y'all have to come at this with the whole, XXXX? Y'all know it's Tetsuya Naito. Why would y'all play that up? Who the heck else is Bushi going to team with? Like, I really hated how they played this up. I really do. Bushi and a mystery opponent, or a mystery partner. Y'all know who it was going to be. Of course it's Naito. Like, I really hate how they played that up. And not only that, the match was horrible. Yeah, I said it. The match was horrible. Went a little over, about 13 minutes, 16 seconds, but all Naito did was a bunch of spitting. He did a tranquilo roll. I mean, he did that. Did a couple of wrist trap strikes. He barely attempted a Destino. But he took a lot of hits and a lot of bumps and whatnot. Just, Naito... I think it's time for Naito to call it quits, personally. I mean, he looked like a mess. And it's not, I'm not factoring in age that much, because, I mean, that whole match had 4 40-year-olds in that match. But, still, man, like, Naito didn't look good. Yeah, this match was trash. And worse yet, the outcome. Bushi rolls up Naomichi Marufuji, spits mist in his face during the roll-up, gets the 1, 2, 3. And Los Tranquilos de Japón are your new GHC Tag Team Champions. Why? Yeah. Anyway, now gonna go from pretty much the worst match of the whole card to the best match of the whole card. The match that I have been the most hyped for out of all on this card. the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line as the champion, the ticking time bomb, Hiromu Takahashi, defending against Amakusa. This was the match that I've been waiting for, and this match delivered. Went just under 17 and a half minutes, and it was action-packed, hard-hitting, high-flying. Amakusa definitely came to play and win. Of course, Hiromu didn't make it easy. I mean, after all, Hiromu had a good reign. He had a really good reign with this title. And, you know, had a couple of defenses. But the fact that he had quite a presence on Noah. He had quite a presence on Noah is what I kind of factor into. Not to mention he defended this title in both a Noah ring and a New Japan ring. So I respect Hiromu for that. But the title has come back home to Pro Wrestling Noah as Amakusa. I don't know why that happened, but yeah.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I wasn't talking to you. Anyway, Amakusa with the he hits the Kaikoku or Kaikoku off the top turnbuckle, which is kind of like that Sky Twister press, that spiral tap. Hits that, pins Hiromu for the 1-2-3, and Amakusa is now a 3-time GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion. He brings it back home to Pro Wrestling Noah. Congratulations. Like I said, one of my current faves. After the match, Daiki Odashima comes in to challenge him. He wants a shot at the title. Of course, Daiki Odashima is one half of the GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champs. And Amakusa accepts. So, I don't know if they have posted when they're going to have that match. But I hope it's soon. I really do hope it's soon, because, you know, I would like to see how... Oh, actually, yeah. So it'll be on Sunday the 11th at Legacy Rise. Legacy Rise 2026. And it looks like it will be at Corcoran Hall. Ooh. 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 I can dig that. I can definitely dig that. Well, great. I have to check that out. So, yeah. Something to look forward to there. Excuse me. Okay. And now for the main event of Noah the New Year 2026. Here we go. All right, this was for the GHC Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Mr. Smack Daddy, Yoshiki Inamura, defending against Team 2000X's Ozawa. The same Ozawa that actually won this title at Noah the New Year 2025 when he beat Kaito Kiyomiya. Well, this match lasted over 21 minutes. And I mean, they really dragged it out some. not only that, all the shenanigans and whatnot. Yoshiki Inamura fighting off Team 2000X had a little bit of assistance from Dragon Bane that came in, but I don't know. I felt like this kind of made Team 2000X pretty weak, considering they had the massive numbers advantage. But even with all the shenanigans, still would not be enough. As Yoshiki Inamura hits the discharge off the top turnbuckle, lands on Ozawa, pins him for the 1-2-3. Yoshiki Inamura, still your GHC heavyweight champion. After the match, he was going to nominate Keno to be his next title defense. But as he came to the ring, was going to get inside, he gets attacked from behind by Masa Kitamiya. He gets taken out. Kitamiya enters. He wants a shot. He wants a shot at Yoshiki's title. And it looks like they shook hands and then he attacked him and all that jazz. But also got hit by a Muso at the end. But it looks like Masa Kitamiya's got next. But I'm sure at some point, especially depending on, how this goes, that Keno's going to get a shot at some point. But anyway, yeah, to keep it real with y'all, no other New Year 2025 was better. It was better. I'm just keep it real with y'all. But just, I don't know, the Los Tranquilos de Japón tag match was just trash, and that really made the show take a big nasty hit. I don't know what the heck they're gonna do with Team 2000X. Like I said, them getting Alpha Wolf just was so freaking random. But but, we'll see what happens. Still got quite a bit to look forward to coming up. Of course, we got Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling 26 on January 4th. We got Marigold First Dream 2026 on January 3rd. We got Wrestle Kingdom on the 4th. So we got a lot of exciting shows to look forward to. Should be good. Should be good. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Let me know how you're feeling about the announcement from Hiroyo Matsumoto, her Hiroyo 20.0 anniversary show announcement. Let me know how you feel about Yuki Miyazaki's retirement. Do you agree with the Marigold 2025 year-end awards? And let me know what your thoughts on Ice Ribbon's Ribbonmania 2025 and Pro Wrestling Noah's Noah the New Year 2026. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And a Happy New Year once again to each and every one of you. May 2026 be a year of breakthroughs, blessings, miracles, new beginnings, all of the above for each and every one of you. Thank you for all of the love and support. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace.